Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I haven't been here in a while because I've been having my DSEs, aka my public exams, and that's why I've disappeared for like 2 months, and it's over now. Yes! It's so weird to think that this channel has been all about studying, all about prepping for my exams, and then they are done and now I have no more purpose in life. Anyway, since my exams are over, I thought my first video as a comeback would be like things I wish I knew before my public exams, because obviously I feel like all students have some kind of view on their exams, like they have this terrifying view of it, which is what I did. But then having gone through that, I feel like it's sometimes a little different from what you expect, and there are some things that I wish I could have told myself from a year ago so that I could better prepare for my exams. And so if you are taking your public exams next year or later, then I hope this video will help you, because I wish I knew this stuff before I took my exams. So the first thing is quite pessimistic, but it is that it doesn't get easier. For me, I spent up to 3 years studying for this public exam, and I feel like by accumulating all my knowledge and stuff, by the time like February or March came around, I was like, oh, I already know everything, I'm fine. But you never actually finish studying, because as soon as you finish knowing all the topics, you realize, oh, I should do more practice papers. And then you do more practice papers. And then you find out that, oh, there are more practice papers out there that I could do. Should I do them? And you'll have to do them. And then there's just a never-ending pile of stuff you have to do, and you'll never be fully prepared, and you'll never really feel like you've done enough. And so even though initially I thought that, oh, I have 3 years to study for this, I'll end up being so prepared, it'll be fine. But it's not like that, and it just gets harder because you keep finding more stuff you have to improve on. And also I thought that like after doing my first subject, it would get easier because I would know like the whole process of the exam and it won't be as stressful. But really, I don't think it gets easier. Every day is just as stressful as the last. The stakes are so high no matter what you're doing, and so the whole month is just stressful. So I guess the first thing that everyone should know is that it is as stressful as you expect, and it's not going to get easier until it's over. So just prep yourself for that torture first. And the second thing is so important for actually doing well in your public exams, and it is that mental strength, or like emotional strength, is far more important than how much knowledge you know. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a story which is really sad. So my first examination was English in early April. For that subject, I already studied so much. I did like practice essays every single day for the past month. I was just trying so hard because I wanted to get a good grade in this subject. And so I walked into the exam center feeling very like well prepared, because I had already tried my hardest, I worked my butt off for this. But then I also necessarily wasn't feeling calm, because I was like, the stakes are so high. I literally spent half my life slaving away at this stupid thing, and now it's all accumulated into 3 hours, and these 3 hours will determine the rest of my life. As I was sitting down in the exam center, I was panicking. And so for the first examination of my DSE, I panicked, and I don't think I did that well. And so what I learned from that experience is that no matter how much you know, the most important thing is to stay calm, because if you don't stay calm, then everything you worked for is going to go to waste, and that sucks. Okay, the third tip is sort of for your study break, or like for the period of time you're preparing for your public exam, which is to study broadly, not deeply. As in, you want to cover every single topic that might possibly come up in your exam before you start going deeper and doing the advanced exercises. For example, for my chemistry, we have like, I don't know, 40 something topics. And so at first, for the first few weeks of the study break, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do the topics one by one, and I'm gonna go so deep into the topic. Like, I'm gonna do the textbook exercises, I'm gonna buy the mock papers and do the mock exercises, and I'm gonna do the past paper exercises. And then I tried to set that kind of goal for myself, but of course I didn't have enough time to do all of that, because I have 7 subjects to study. I can't just spend all my time on one subject. And so after 2 weeks, I realized that I'd only gone into a few topics, and even though I'd explored those topics really deeply, I just only have a few, and I still have like 40 more topics to study for the remaining 6 weeks, and I was like, what do I do? And so what I recommend is not trying to go so deep into each topic yet, and rather just go through all of the topics briefly once. And obviously after you finish studying every topic and you realize you still have time left, then of course you can go deeply into each topic. And so prioritization is the thing I wish I knew before studying for my DSE. Is that even a word? Okay, the fourth thing is don't deprive yourself and let yourself have some kind of outlet to relax. And so for me, I honestly didn't play that much during my study break. I hung out with my friends exactly twice in the entire 2-month study break. But I think that it is good to give yourself some time off and like hang out with friends or play. I feel like for the first month and a half of depriving myself of any social life, I was fine. I could have the endurance to do that. But then by the time the DSE actually came, like after 2 months of having no life, I was already feeling like I was at the end of my line and I was already like dying to have fun. And so I think to avoid having a breakdown right before your public exams, you should just allocate some time every week during your study break to have fun, and so you won't feel like you're a zombie by the time the exams actually come around. Okay, and the 5th tip is also for your study break, which is to build a routine. And I actually made a video on my study break routine, I don't know how long ago, 2 months ago. The link to that video will be in the description. But basically, what I did is I tried to build in a routine for my study break. I know everyone is different, but I like having routine. I like waking up and knowing what I have to do, and so that kind of lowers the resistance for me to get into studying every day. And my routine was just pretty mundane, like, oh, I would wake up and I would get some lemon honey water. I would drink that and then I would go straight to studying. And then every night before I go to sleep, I will drink a cup of chamomile tea while I'm studying, and that also helped me establish a sleeping routine so that I could sleep well during my study break. And so for people like me who like organization and stuff, then I think having somewhat of a routine would be helpful to get into your studying mood. Okay, so the last tip is completely unprecedented, and I really didn't think I would say that, but it is to plan less. So as you all know, I have like a bullet journal. I love planning stuff, but basically what I found out is that planning actually made me more stressed out. So like I would plan to study topic A, and then while I'm studying it, I will find out that, there's still some gaps in my knowledge from that other topic. So I would want to deviate from my plan to study the other topic, but then because I am so focused on my planner, I'm like, no, I can't do that. And so I'll just end up with having not as an efficient study session as I should have. Whenever you find something else you need to study, then just go ahead and study that. It's fine to deviate from my plan, because I feel like you can never really know what you need to study until you actually start studying. So any planning you do beforehand is nice as an outline, but it won't really be that helpful in the long run. So yeah, those are 6 things I wish I knew before the public exams, and I hope it somewhat made sense. As I said, I'll do more language videos starting from next week, so if you have any requests, leave them below, and I'll see you guys actually very soon. I'll see you guys next week. Finally, I'm back to my YouTube channel. Okay, bye!